Kakadosh Boker Or. This is Kinyan Masechta, Masechet Megillah, Daf Vav Amud Aleph. We are continuing. We're going to do a little bit of a chazara, and we're going to continue from there. Okay? We just said that Amar Zeira. Zeira says, Kitron is Sipori. Right? So Kitron is the city of Sipori. Right? We said beforehand that maybe it was Rakat, but then we retracted. So now we're saying Kitron is Sipori. Okay, that was on the top of the page where it said that Chamat was Chamet Veri and Rakat is Sipori. And then we said why is it called Sipori? Because it's on the Rosh Ahar, if you remember, it's on the top of a mountain. So here now we're changing it, but then we said no, because really Be'emet, Rakat was Tveria. So Amar Zeira says Kitron is Sipori. Velama Nika Shemat Sipori, and why is it called Sipori? Sheoshev Rosh Ahar Ketzipor, because it's on top of the mountain like a tzipor. Okay? So ask the Gemara, Kitron Tzipori. Are you going to tell me that Kitron is Tzipori? Kitron is in the chelek of Zevulun. Kitron is in the chelek of Zevulun. Tichtiv, it says in the pasuk, Zevulun lo harish et yoshve Kitron vet yoshve naalol, which means, right, that Zevulun did not drive them out of the land. Meaning, we had a mitzvah that when we went into Eretz Yisrael, we had to get rid of all the people that were living there. But what happened is that the people of Kitron, they were left there, right? Because Zevulun didn't take them out, and they basically just collected taxes instead of getting rid of them. So says, however, though we know Zevulun was mitraem midotavava. Zevulun, he was complaining. He was mitraem midotava on his lot, right? On what he actually gained. He says, Shneimar says in a pasuk, Zevulun am cheref nafsho lamut. That Zevulun was a person, was a people, was an am, which was shamed its soul to death. Cheref nafsho, he was shamed its soul lamut to death. Matam, why? Mishum, because the Naftali, because Naftali was on the high places of the Sadeh. Right? Miromam. Romam is elevated. Sadeh of the field. So Amar Zevulun lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, says Zevulun in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ribono Shel Olam, Master of the universe. Le'achai, to my brothers, Natata Lahem Sadit Ukramim. You came and you gave them fields and vineyards. Velian, to me, Natata Harim Ugvaot. You gave mountains and hills. Le'achai, to my brothers, Natata Lahem Aratzot. You gave them lands. Velian, to me, you gave me Yamim v'Ne'arot, right? You gave me the lakes and rivers. So Amarlo, he told him, Kulam tzrichim lecha. What are you complaining about? Everyone needs you. You know what they need you for? For the chilazon. Remember, the chilazon is going to be in your property. And the chilazon is what you make for the tchelet of the tzitzit. Right? And he says, how do we see that? Usfunet munechol. Shneimar, there's a pasuk. Usfunet munechol. What does that mean? They're going to call the people to the mountains. Okay, so it says over there, Tana. Now again, these are the covered things hidden in the sand. Right? Because Amim Hadi Krao means the people are calling you to the mountains. Usfunet munechol, these are things which are covered in sand. Tani Rav Yosef taught, Sifune, which is covered things, is the chilazon. Right? Timune, hidden things, is the tarit which we said was the tunina, the tuna fish. Okay, chol is the chuchil levanar. Remember that sand is a glass, because glass is made out of sand. So Amar Lefanar says Zevulun, right, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ribono Shel Olam. Mimodi, and who's going to tell me that somebody comes and is going to take it? Remember, if somebody just comes inside and they just start taking something, how am I going to know? They came, they found the chilazon, they're going to take it, they took whatever it is. How am I going to know? He says, Shamiz v'chuziv chetzedek. There shall be offered the sacrifice is righteousness. What does that mean? Sham, there, it's going to be a zevach ziv chetzedek. Siman ze'elecha, it's going to be a sign for you, don't worry about it. Right? That means, just like when you steal a korban, it's going to be disqualified. So too, if they're going to take it from you without money, they're taking it from you, netila, belo damim, without money, eno moil befrakmatya shelo klum. It's not going to help in his business, klum, shum davar. It's not going to help. Okay? So therefore, now you're going to be okay. So now we're going to continue with how do we know about the kitron sipori. So he says, if you're going to tell me kitron is sipori, why is he complaining? Tzipori? Wow, you know what tzipori is? It's a milta da'adifa tuva. It's something which is incredible. It's very, very good. Now he says, okay, if you're going to tell me, it doesn't have the characteristics of a land which is flowing of milk and honey. We know that Eretz Yisrael was blessed to be a land flowing of milk and honey. Maybe you don't have that. He says it's impossible. I personally saw the zavat chalav udvash, the flow of milk and honey in Tzipori. And it was 16 mil by 16 mil. Remember, every 16 mil, every mil is almost a kilometer. right? Just under a kilometer according to the Krachnae, over a kilometer according to the Chazonish. So if you're going to tell me that's 16 kilometers squared, that's an enormous amount. And if you're going to tell me that maybe he doesn't have that much like his brothers. So okay, maybe you know what, you're right. Tzipori has Savat Chalav Udvash, but maybe Bemet, he's only got 16 kilometers squared. Maybe it's not that much. But maybe the other ones have much more. He says, Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Says Rabbi Yochanan, name of Rabbi Yochanan. Ledidi Chazalid, Zavat Chalav Udvash, Techul Adad Israel. I saw the Zavat Chalav Udvash of the entire land of Israel. And it was equivalent to the area of Bekube, to the port of Tulbankni. It was going to be 22 parsaot long and 6 parsaot wide. Okay? So therefore, if a parsa is 4 mil, so you're going to have to do 22 times 4. Okay? Because every mil is 4. Every parsa is 4 mil. So you've got 22 times 4. 22 times 4. So it's going to be 88 mil length. Okay? And the other one was 6 times 4, which is going to be 24 width. So this is going to be 16 by 16 with Sipori. And there's 88 by 24. So look how much it got. It got an enormous amount. Yeah? It says over here, it could be even, it was a fifth. Yeah? You had a very, very large amount. Right? In proportion to the other ones. Okay? So he says, still, afilu achi, still, sadot uchramim adifale. Still, he preferred the fields and the vineyards. Teikanami, because you could also deduce that it says in a pasuk, the Naftali ameno mesadeh. What does it mean, Naftali ameno mesadeh? Naftali was in the high places. Shema mina. That's what we learn, right? That really meant he would have preferred, right, to have much more, right, beforehand. Have a wonderful day, everyone.